up, y'all? Odeed, aka Big Jake here once again, and I'm doing yet another barbecue pork rib video. Except this one's gonna be a little bit different because I realized that even though I've been doing barbecue videos for over 10 years on my channel, I have never actually done a baby back rib video. So let's go ahead and get that video started. All right, what we have here is a rack of extra meaty pork loin ribs or baby back ribs. Go ahead and get them out of the package. Let's go ahead and wipe them down with a paper towel. This is a very nice and meaty rack of ribs here. And unlike spare ribs, there's not really a whole heck of a lot to do to these. Sometimes you can trim off some excess fat, but I think these are actually good the way they are. The only thing I'm gonna personally do is take off the membrane here in the back. Let's take your knife, lift up the corner. Simple as that. All right, I'm gonna use my Big Jake's Dangle rub on these. You can use whatever rub you usually use on your pork ribs or your pork in general, or any all-purpose rub will work. Just try to liberally and evenly coat these. I start with the back, kind of pat it in. Do the same thing on the front. And that's honestly all you need to do to get these things ready. Now I'm gonna put these in a food saver bag and let them sit in the fridge overnight, but you could do it for as little time as 20 minutes. You could do it for a couple hours, but if you really want that rub to permeate the meat and get deep into the meat, go ahead and let them sit in the fridge overnight. So we're gonna do that and we will fire up the smoker tomorrow. We'll be back. All right, y'all, it is the next day. The baby backs have been sitting in the fridge overnight. Today I'm going to use my Weber Smokey Mountain to smoke these. I got the Weber Smokey Mountain sitting at 275 degrees. I would recommend that you cook these at a temperature of anywhere between 250 and 275. I'm using lump charcoal in here for heat, and then I got 4 chunks of wood for wood flavor. I am personally using 2 chunks of oak, 2 of apple. I would basically just use whatever you have available that's a hardwood that's good for smoking. No need to go out and search for a different kind of wood unless you absolutely want to. So let's go ahead and throw those baby backs on the smoker. Put those on, bunch them up a little bit. All right, we're gonna put the lid back on and we are gonna leave the lid closed and cook these for 2 hours. We're not gonna spritz, we're not gonna mop them or anything like that. We're cooking at a high enough temperature that I feel like the fat will render off of these and basically baste the meat. So no mopping or spritzing is needed. Once again, we'll be back in 2 hours and we'll see what they look like. All right, y'all, we are 2 hours in. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, check these out. They're looking nice. They got nice color on them. Looks like the rub has set really well. The fat's rendering off really well. So at this point, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna flip them over. If you're wondering why I do this, as you can see the back of these, the fat has rendered off really nice. And the heat is coming from the bottom, so we're gonna have some of that heat, even with that plate in there. It's gonna help render that fat off the top of this rack here. Then when we come back, you'll see that the top of this kind of has a super nice sheen like the bottom of this does. So that's kind of what I do at this point. You could just leave them and go another hour with them flipped the other way, but I feel like to me that they cook a little bit more evenly this way and the fat renders off better. So we'll do another hour and then we'll come back. All right, y'all, 3 hours in, temperature is still rocking along at 275. Let's see what the ribs look like. Oh yeah, fat is rendered off real nice. Look at that. Looks really good. Let's flip them over. Take a look at that. All that fat has rendered off really well and basically basted the meat, so we didn't have to spritz them or mop them or anything. We got some nice pullback on the bones. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap these because they are ready to wrap. Pour some down here on the foil. By the way, this is 2 plies here of foil because these bones sometimes poke through. Set the ribs down there. Put the other half on the top. And then gently fold it over so you don't get those bones poking through. All right, we're gonna keep them bone side up like that in the foil. We're gonna put the lid back on and we're gonna go for 1 more hour. All right, y'all, 4 hours in. Let's check these ribs out. Oh yeah, look at this. They look great. Check out that pullback. Also, I can tell just by the way they feel that these things are ready. See how they're starting to crack right here when you pick them up? Got a nice bend on them like this. They cracked right here. Now to me, these are ready to go. You can feel it too. You can feel the ply on them. So yeah, these are ready to go. These right now, I would say, are in the bite through stage. What that basically means is when you take a bite of one of these ribs, you will bite through, but the meat won't fully fall off the bone. If you want completely fall off the bone ribs, wrap these back up, do another 30 minutes, and you will get fall off the bone ribs if that's what you're looking for. But again, to me, these are done, so I'm gonna take these inside and we're gonna let them rest for a little bit and then cut them up. All right, y'all, ribs are done. Total cooking time was 4 hours at 275 degrees. Check them out, they look pretty good. They actually look a little darker in the camera than they are. Got a nice mahogany color to them, nice pullback on the bones. I always flip mine around when I cut them. Let's go ahead and do that. By the way, I let these rest for about 10 minutes on the cutting board here before I got ready to cut into them. All right, y'all, let's take one of these ribs, see what we got. Check this one out here. Nice color on it. Nice smoke ring. Look at all that rendered fat. Look at that. Nice and juicy. Super nice looking rib. Let's go ahead and take a taste. Oh yeah, that is good. Nice smoke. Nice flavor from the rub. Very juicy from the rendered off fat. Still got that pork taste in there. And then it comes clean off the bone where you bite. It's exactly what I'm looking for. All right, y'all. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. My name is Odeed and I'm out. Peace.